been rooting away at our sweet little girl. I just thought I'd give you a little sneak peek of what we're doing. So I've already taken the hair that I've been rooting, which is this stuff here, and I have cut it to size for the areas that I want to do. And so what I've been working on kind of doing like the nape of the hair. So right now I'm using, see, I use like a 46 gauge crown towards the front of the head, and then towards the back I have transferred to, I think this is a 43 gauge crown. I honestly don't even know, I have to look. But it leaves really small holes, makes it look a lot more natural. And what I've got here, I've got my rooting pillow. And then I found, to give it even more support, I have taken, it's actually a neck wrap, like you can heat it up in the microwave for sore necks. And it works perfect because I can put my baby head in the rooting pillow and then just kind of wrap around the head to kind of hold it more secure so it's not moving all over the place. This is just my makeshift thing that I've done that works well. And then I position the baby's head so that it is in the direction that I want to root. Makes it a lot easier than trying to twist my body around. And then again, I'm using the needle in the direction that I want the hair to lay. They call that directional rooting for those of you that do not reborn. And I want it to be real wispy and kind of that fine newborn baby hair. So I'm kind of having it spaced out a lot more further apart in certain areas than in some. In the thicker areas, I have it more dense. I want the spacing to be closer together. And the goal is to do one hair per follicle. Occasionally there might be a couple hairs in a follicle. Sometimes I'll leave it depending on how it looks. Otherwise I will use my little tweezers and I pluck out those extra hairs. And this is just a baby toothbrush that I'm using that I wet down a little bit, and then I kind of comb it to lay it down so I can see how it's looking. I'm really liking it. It's really cute. This baby is going to be really sweet. And I don't like to do perfect straight rows. That's my own personal preference. I've seen amazing reborn artists do it beautifully. I personally just like it a little bit more random. I think it looks a little bit more natural. As being a ex-cosmetologist, or a retired cosmetologist, whatever you want to call it, no longer do hair for a living. But I'm just plugging away, literally. So I'm basically, and then as the hair starts kind of getting nappy towards the ends, then I go through and I just kind of trim it a little bit so that I get a little bit more of a nice clean edge so that I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. And as I said earlier, I cut it to the length that I want to root. So this back hair, I want it to be that more wispy, kind of thin hair through here. It's a little bit more thicker towards the nape here, but as we get up here, it's going to be a little bit more thinner for where the babies kind of roll around and wear away that hair. But anyways, so this is rooting in the nursery, and I believe I've done a couple of videos to show you what that looks like. And I'm just plugging away. I do have somewhat of a general pattern that I do, but I don't have it like perfect rows. And I have to make sure that I'm keeping the needle in the right direction. I have figured out which way is the right direction based upon what I'm looking at through my little magnifying glass. These rooting needles that I got, are different than what I normally use. So I've noticed they kind of move around a little bit in this handle. So I've got accustomed to kind of find the flat edge so I can figure out where I'm at. Normally, when I put my needles in, I have them positioned so that the fin up here indicates whether the needle is pointing up or down so that I can keep track, where these new needles, they don't fit in this handle the way I would like them ideally to. So I just kind of keeping track by watching where the flat edge is on my needle. And mind you, I have to do all of this underneath my magnifying glass. And there's two reasons for that. One is because I want to be able to get, excuse me, as good as a view as I possibly can. The other is because I have some wicked crazy stuff going on with my eyes ever since I had a traumatic brain injury. So my eyes kind of never really fully recovered. So this is a little more challenging, but it's good therapy. Anyways, we're doing really well. This little girl is going to be so stinking cute. So we're just one by one. And then as it starts kind of getting a little flyaway, sometimes I'll wet my brush and I'll wet it down. Other times I'll just kind of wet my finger in my water and then kind of lay it down, see where I'm at. Well, I hope you guys are excited to see what she looks like. She is going to be cute. And then as soon as we get done with her, hopefully I will have my other hair arrive so we can get started on our other little Nugget that has a mama. The other baby is Olivia Grace, and that baby will have a really dark chestnut brown hair. So I'm really excited to see that baby. But I'm going to keep plugging away and I will show you. She's kind of got crazy hair now that I have been laying on her side. So I just kind of wet her down. See where she's at. I can kind of see her. She's got that cute little baby hair on the bottom. And then we're going to just keep going right along. And then I didn't mention, I also kind of trim as I go so that she's got a little bit of a less work to do later. Otherwise, if I leave it long, I'm having a hard time kind of figuring out what I want to do with it. So I trim her as I go, and I also trim the hair before I start running. So it all will come together beautifully. All right, gang, I'm going to keep going. Thanks for popping on and saying hi to me. I'll talk to you later.